I'm back again. I'm actually pretty proud of myself for posting, consecutively. But for today's video, again, we're just going to jump right into it. I kind of explained last video what I was going to do for this video. Again, 3 to 4 projects. Now you can see the whole plane right here as to what I'm working with. Again, I'm working the first 2 squares from the mini map on the bottom, which I will show you guys in a bit, and then on the sideline from rock to rock on the beach area. So I do have a couple pictures as to what I'm gonna do. Last time for my video, I said I was gonna, like, nothing was gonna change, that I was gonna put up pictures and codes. I didn't have any templates to go off of really for what I was doing for my islands. I did have maybe a couple pictures, but they weren't exactly the same. I did them completely different, so I didn't feel the need to add the pictures in. But this time I am kind of going straight from the book with how I want things to kind of look. Of course, I'm gonna put my own little twist, and whatever could fit can fit, whatever can't isn't. So these are the pictures that I'm gonna go off of for the sideline. Now, this is the picture I'm going to use for the top rock. Obviously, the rock I'm going to show you is a lot smaller. Plus, it's horizontal instead of vertical. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make that my own. But this is a picture that kind of got me a little inspiration on how I wanted my little cafe rock to base off of. Now, for the beach area, the middle sand pathway going from rock to rock, that middle area there, I am going to be incorporating a different water path in between, so it kind of looks like it's an actual beach area. I wanted to keep the feel of activities going with this side, so that's why I picked this in particular. I think it was a cute little look to put in front of the little cafe and then have the library right there. So, I mean, obviously there's no kids in this game, but you know, I'm pretending that there's gonna be a little kid area, and this is one of them. For the other rock, like I said in my last video, I want to do an oasis. It actually is the exact same rock as the picture, so there's nothing gonna be too different from this. For the top square, I am putting my library. Now that one I don't have a picture for. I have an idea of what I want to do. It's going to be kind of like a room out of terraforming, and it's going to have an upstairs area as well. It's gonna look really nice. If it comes out exactly how I envision it to come out, I promise you it's going to be amazing. I'm actually really excited about this. So that one, yeah, I'm pretty excited. So for the bottom portion, again, I don't have a picture for it, but I do have an idea as well. It's gonna be my orchard, where I'm gonna have 4 types, or not 4. I'm gonna have 5 different types of trees, 4 of each in rows. I'm going to have signs in the middle of them, indicating which one is which. Sometimes they have fruit on them, sometimes they don't. So I'm going to be putting that up so that you know which one is which. I'm also going to have a little garden next to it with fruits and vegetables. So, like I said before, potatoes, sugarcane, tomatoes, pumpkins, different pumpkins. So, there's 3 different pumpkins or 4 different pumpkins. There's yellow, orange, white, and green. And then I also picked up a couple flowers so I can make them into strawberries, which I will show you how it looks. That's really all that I'm going to do for this video. Oh, it went dark. That's all that I'm really gonna do for this video. So let me go ahead and show you guys the rocks. So this is where I'm gonna have the little cafe area here, the seating area over here, and the seating area over here. It's not gonna be really big because it is a small rock comparing to the picture that I had shown you guys. This area in the middle though, it is pretty big. So I'm really hoping that what I want to do with it with the water pathing goes right. And then this is exactly the same rock as the picture that was shown earlier. So this square, as you can see in the little map, the little mini map, is going to be my orchard. And then the square above it up here is going to be my library. I don't want it to be too close to the concession stand and the movie theater area, so I might flip the two and make the back part the orchard and then make the bottom part the library, but we will see how that goes. So pretty simple. I'm gonna go ahead and get started on it and we'll go from there. All right. Hello. I am back with another reading. I noticed that from my previous one, I didn't take into account that most of my following is children. Not that, I'm going to be making this a pure children channel, but at the same time, my family watches this, as in my brother, and he is one of my biggest supporters. He's also a content creator, and so I don't want to be a bad example, I guess. Um, for telling him, he can't watch, or I don't want to be a bad sister or seem like he can't watch my videos because of the things that I talk about, because this is supposed to be for everyone. So, I'm still going to read a lot of the ones that I want to read, but I'm going to obviously bleep out some of the words or change the words as best as I can to suit my whole audience, because this is really fun for me to do, and I do want to read things that I want to read, but I also want to cater to everyone. And by what I mean by everyone is my brother, because he does mean a lot to me. And I will be linking his channel down below, because he's the one that kind of inspired me to start doing YouTube, because his YouTube channel is pretty great. He's a great kid. So I am doing another Reddit post. This one is Am I the A-hole? And this one says, Am I the a-hole for kicking my son's girlfriend out of our house? My husband, 58 male, and I, 56 female, recently met my son's 24 male girlfriend for the first time. He's been crazy about her. Apparently, they've been dating for a year before he decided to have her meet us officially. What he's told us about her all seems great. She just got her degree, was enjoying her job, family oriented, etc., etc. I'm honestly just glad he's happy with her. My husband and I don't think he's ever been this into someone before, so I felt pretty bad about what I did. Last weekend, he brought her over for dinner. By now, we'd been anticipating meeting her with how much our son has been gushing about her, how perfect she is, that she's the one, in his words. They ring the doorbell. We open the door. She looks exactly like her pictures, which is a great start. My son is grinning ear to ear, another great start. We invite them in. She accepts my hug and a firm handshake from my husband, and then she opens her mouth. I'm the one your son puts his in. To be frank, I was appalled. I expected my husband to laugh. Both he and my son are jokesters, and as annoying as it can be, I love it. But this was just too much for me. Maybe I'm reserved, but out of all things she could have shared about my son, she told us that. One look at my face, and my husband knew how much I disapproved. Maybe I let my expectations get too high, but it's unfair to have them. But I reiterate, of all things to say to her boyfriend's parents, whom she'd never met, she chose that. My son was amused at first, but when he noticed my reaction, his face dropped. I felt like he sold me the full package, everything he'd always been looking for in a girlfriend. He was too disturbed by the visual it put in my head, and it translated into anger. I told her to get out, and I wanted to say more about how gross it made me feel, but fortunately, I left it at that. My son didn't want to go, insisting I give her another chance, but I was too fed up and uncomfortable by this point. Even my husband, who's enjoyed his fair share of raunchy jokes, wouldn't let up. They left, and I immediately felt guilty. This was something my son had really looked forward to, and I feel like I took that away over a dumb joke. I tried calling to apologize, but he hasn't responded. My husband thinks she's the one who should apologize. I'm considering giving her another chance, but before I do, was I the a-hole? Edit. I should clear some things up. My husband had no part in my reaction. I did the kicking out, not him. I don't want him taking the fall for this. He said she should apologize, but I'm not expecting an apology. Sorry for the confusion. My son lives in a nearby state. It can take about an hour to get back to where we live. He also hasn't dated anyone seriously for a while, maybe a couple of years. He told us before that he wouldn't bring anyone home unless he's sure he wants a future with her. We've been asking to meet her ever since he told us about her, but he wanted to be ready. The comment about her looking like her picture shows my age. Sorry for that. He's only shown us her photos she sent him, as he apparently didn't have any of them together. He hates taking pictures, and apparently she's always teasing him about it. I don't think he'd ever lie about who she is, but it's just a parental concern I've subconsciously had. I felt the same way about my daughter's then boyfriend when we first met him. I don't have any criteria that either of my kids' spouses need to meet. I just hope my kids are happy with them. What I meant by her being the full package was of what he's told us about her. As his parents, we have a good idea of what he looks for in a partner, and she checked off everything based on what we've been told. And on top of everything, aside from what she said, her appearance was how she presented it to be. Again, we aren't strict about appearances. It's just a relief to have met someone for the first time and they look like what you'd expect. My husband said that I was worried about secondhand catfishing, if that's even a thing, lol. I guess it shows how anxious I was about this. Also, thank you for your comments and rewards. I've had a few people reach out to me personally, too. Thank you for that. Regardless of where you stand, I appreciate it. I personally think everyone needs some room for improvement here, but I've done my part to make amends, and I'm waiting on my son to call me. I'll be sure to give an update about how it goes. So this person was deemed not the a-hole. I mean, it was a bit off. I feel like if the son had given her a little, or given his parents a little more heads up on how she was in the joking department, I guess I could see it going a different way, but I don't think I would ever use that as an opening line to meet someone's parents. Let me know your guys' thoughts on this. Let me know if this is something you guys want to hear in the future, if you guys want different subreddits, if you guys even want me to read from Reddit at all, or if you guys don't want me to read. Just let me know in the comments down below. But thank you again for listening, and I hope you guys like the end results to my island. Okay, so I finished my island. I only did the 4 sections, so the back part here, my orchard, and then the library, as well as the other rock plane that's over there. So it was very minimalistic. Like I said, I just wanted to be really plain, not super plain to where like there's nothing on the island, but the rocks are very small. Like the picture that I had showed you guys earlier, this rock is not as big as the picture. So I only added a couple things, which I still think is really cute. The colors are a little weird. I feel like the color palette for this rock specifically is a little off. So I'm going to play around with it. I'm not going to change any of the components, but I am going to change the colors. Probably this. This is the only thing that I would change more than likely, unless I can find some blue aspects to go in here that'll tie it in together. For this one, I know in the picture there was a lot more rocks, but I already feel like there's a lot going on here. So you have this part over here, which is kind of like a fishing area, which is suited because this has a pirate skull on it. So I'm just gonna keep that there. I didn't want the pirate skull to show just because it's not a pirate island. It's just a little beach area. And then this is like the little kitty area. And then I really like that I put this here because it makes it look like like you're going into a new section, and it's cut off from the little beach area right here, which I think is so cute. I really like the colors in this. See, this is how I wanted my island to be, like with these colors specifically, like very neutral tones. But I couldn't find any sand castle or any sand pit that had a white border or any like neutral color borders, which is fine. It's totally fine. Over here is my little oasis. In the picture, it showed like little hay pits, but I couldn't find them, and I'm not gonna spend my entire day going to treasure islands. Plus, I kind of like the minimalist look that I have right here, so it's not too much. So yeah, I'm just gonna leave it like that for the time being, unless I switch up this area over here, then maybe I'll switch it. And so going to my orchard. Oh, he's going. So this was the trick that I was talking about with the strawberries. So you plant pansies, and I actually have to change the soil because it's not supposed to be dirt, it's supposed to be sand, so that you can stunt the growth. And then you run over them and they look like little strawberries. I think there's another flower, I believe they're lilies, that look more like strawberries, so I'll probably switch them out. But these ones, I kind of like them because it looks like the strawberries are still growing. because of the little orange pink area. The pumpkins were hit or miss. I got a bunch of pumpkin starts, but I didn't know if the starts were just plain orange or if they were the colored ones. So I took a chance and it actually came out really nice. And then I have my produce over here, which it came out really nice. So I like that. I haven't put up the signs yet, but I don't think I have to because look, he got lost. But I don't think I have to because you know what the trees are, you know. I'm pretty sure you can distinguish apples and oranges. So plus I feel like it would just be too much to put all the signs in front of them. I put the little pathing here and it actually worked out. So over here I'm gonna put like more greenery. So I'm gonna put more trees, bushes, maybe a lot more flowers. I'm not gonna put anything back here, so I'm definitely gonna cut this off. I don't want there to be like any empty spaces on my island. So going over here, I have the library. It's called a tiny library, but it's more of like, I don't know if you guys have ever seen those trade-off book where you leave a book and then you take a book. I really like that idea, so I'm glad that Animal Crossing has something like it. So I just put it outside. It's a really cute area. I was very proud of this area. It came out not exactly how I wanted it, but it came out very similar to what I had envisioned in my head. And so I'm really happy about that. And yeah, it came out a lot better than I expected actually. So I really like that it's an open area. I didn't want there to be any more enclosed spaces, and plus you can't just build a library, so I'm glad that it came out the way that it did. I'm definitely going to add a pathing, but I need to figure out what I'm going to do on either side. So in the front, I'm probably going to add someone's house alongside this rock area so that I can have space to still put a pathing here. And then I am definitely going to put a house over here somewhere. This is where I was taking my chances with the pumpkins. I was trying to make sure that, you know, it was the right pumpkins that I wanted and not just plain orange. But I'm definitely going to put another house over here. I'll probably in the next video just plan out where I'm going to put the houses and start with 3 different ones, and that'll be my next project. And then we'll find places in probably the same video too for at least the Nook's Cranny. And that one I do have a few ideas on how I want to do it, but I'm not entirely sure which one I'm gonna pick yet, so we'll just have to see. Anyway, thank you so much for watching my videos. If you do like my videos, please comment, like, and subscribe. It does mean a lot to me, and it does mean a lot if you do comment down what you want to see. If not, if you know me personally, shoot me a message. Maybe you can give me some tips and tricks or any ideas that you want to see on my channel, and I'll definitely incorporate that as well. So thank you so much again for watching my channel. I am very proud of how fast I'm doing this, but as well as how much I'm improving on my speed builds. So thank you again for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.